Okay, so we're predicting round one of the NBA playoffs, starting off in the Eastern Conference. In the first game, we have the first seeded Milwaukee Bucks versus Miami Heat. Now, this is obviously going to be a whitewash in Milwaukee's favor. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference, and Miami just made it in on the final day through the play-in, so I cannot see any situation they could turn over Milwaukee. I'm going to say this is a Game 5 Milwaukee win. Game 5, fuck no, Game 4. Game 4, yeah, this is going to be a whitewash, man. I'm not even giving Miami the benefit of the doubt. Can't even say it. Let's just move on to the next game. Cavaliers versus the Knicks. Now, this is the first of the most interesting games in this round one, and personally, I gotta go with the Cavs for this one. Donovan Mitchell has just been way too fire. I don't think Randall and the guys have enough in the tank. The Cavs are the number one defense in the entire league for a reason. I just can't see the Knicks coming through. Julius Randle's been having a fire season and all that. Jalen Brunson's been a welcome addition to their squad recently. He's been having a fire season from the Mavericks. But even with all of that said, I still can't see them turning over the Cavaliers. They're just too good this season. I'm going to give the swing to the Cavaliers in Game 6. In the next game, we have the third seeded 76ers against the Brooklyn Nets, the second of the most interesting games. The East has some actually interesting games. I don't know why people say the West is the most interesting in the playoffs. I think both these conferences are equally stacked, and this game is just another one. Fuck. Now, ever since the Nets traded away Kevin Durant, people were like, it's a big mistake, whatever. But let me tell you, Mikal Bridges has been cooking in Brooklyn. But I still go with the 76ers with this one. I mean, Joel Embiid is the number one. Okay, not the number one right now. Number one is Nikola Jokic, but he is in the race for Kai MVP. James Harden has the total. In fact, wait, look at this. James Harden is the highest assisting player in the NBA right now. Joel Embiid, the highest scoring player in the NBA right now. So you can argue the Sixers have the best attack in the league right now. For that reason alone, I'm going to give them a Game 6 win over Brooklyn. Brooklyn's going to try and make it tough, take it to the 6th game, but beyond that, I'm giving it to the Sixers. And then the last game, we have the Boston Celtics against Atlanta Hawks. Now, this is another one that I think isn't really going to be tight. I mean, Boston Celtics are the number 2 team in the entire conference. The Atlanta Hawks made it through by the skin of their teeth, beating Miami Heat in the play-ins. But then again, there's no then again, man. I say Celtics in Game 5 at the very most. Atlanta aren't even going to make this close, man. I feel like the Celtics are just too good this season. They've been good the past couple of seasons, but this season in particular, they're making a championship run as they have in the past couple, so Atlanta doesn't stand a chance. And swiftly moving over to the Western Conference, in the first seed, we have Nikola Jokic's Denver Nuggets, who are also on fire this season, matching the Bucks' record of 53-29 with their Starman 15, putting up 24 points per game, 11.8 rebounds, and 9.8 assists. That is why he's in the Kai race for MVP. They're number 1 in the conference, and they're playing against Timberwolves. Oh my freaking gosh. Timberwolves just made it in by beating OKC in the play-in. When was this? Yesterday? Yeah. Today's Saturday, the 15th, as I'm recording this video, Saturday morning, which means it's the first day of the playoffs as I'm recording this. Nuggets playing against Timberwolves. I can't see Timberwolves winning more than 1 game in this series. 1 or maybe 2. Nah, 2 is too many. 1. If the Nuggets can't get this past the first... If the Nuggets can't do it in the first 5 games, I'll be very surprised. I'm going to give this one to the Nuggets. I'm not even going to explain why, but come on now, Nuggets. Moving on to the next game, the Phoenix Suns and the Clippers. Again, hot. You'll see with the Phoenix Suns, a lot of people will be complaining about their chemistry. They just signed for Kevin Durant. They have Chris Paul. They have... Who's this guy? I forgot the other guy. But the one thing they don't have is a lot of chemistry. They're 4th in the Western Conference right now, but they haven't been playing together for a very long time, so no one's really quite sure how they're going to do as the playoffs go on. And they're playing against Kawhi Leonard's Clippers, who are facing a lot of injury troubles right now. The Clippers had a very good record in the regular season. They went 44-38 with Kawhi Leonard getting 23.8 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists. We had Russell Westbrook coming in and changing up his game, but the one thing they don't have is their star man Paul George. Paul George is rumored to be out the first few games of the series, and if the Suns manage to make quick work of this, then Paul George's return is going to be of very little relevance, I'm telling you. So for this one, I'm going to have to go Suns, simply because I think Kawhi doesn't have it in him to do it by himself. I know Russ is there and he's been having a good couple of games, but it hasn't been very long, so I don't think Kawhi has it in him to beat such a stacked Suns team, even if they don't have much chemistry yet. The Suns are just too much brute strength for this one, so I'm going to give it to the Suns in game 6. Moving right along to what is probably going to be my favorite first round series, we have the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. God damn, this is going to be hot. I think this is the only game that might get to game 7 in the first round. Yeah, in my opinion, this is going to be the one game that might reach game 7 in the first round. Let me tell you, first the Sacramento Kings. Man, I think we can all agree that Sacramento Kings have been having a magical season. They've been superb. Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, and all the other guys, they've been putting in the work this season, which is in stark contrast to Golden State Warriors, who on the road have been fucking terrible, man. I don't know. People say that Golden State have been like trying to bamboozle the NBA. I know Andrew Wiggins is back for the playoffs now, but people are like, Golden State have been playing it off during the play-ins, you know, not trying to expose too much of their secrets, keeping it under wraps, and now that it's the playoffs, they're gonna like pop off and show everyone what they're made of. I really don't think so. I genuinely believe that Golden State is struggling at this time in the season. I know they're a very experienced dynasty team when it comes to the playoffs, but I genuinely believe that Golden State is in a difficult spot right now, and I think if there ever was a team that can take advantage of a team in a difficult spot, having home ground advantage in the first round of the play-ins, it's the Sacramento Kings. That's why I'm going to go with the Kings to take this away in either game 6 or 7, probably 7. Like I said, this is going to be one of those few games that go through to go 7, but I'm going to give it to the Kings either way. Which leads us right to the last game of the play-ins, the last game in the Western Conference, which is the Memphis Grizzlies against the greatest team in the world, the Lakers. Yay.
It's the fact. It's the fact.
So, hey, let's talk about Memphis first. They've got a couple of injury problems. I know they're missing some of their star players in Steven Adams and Brendan Clark. I'm not sure if they're going to be out for the whole season or if it's just a few games, but I know if the Lakers can put this away in the first couple of games, then it won't even matter at that point. Report in contrast to LA, who are coming in mostly fully healthy. I think that's going to hurt Memphis's front court just a bit, you know, depending on how they adjust to the situation. It might be a bit of a problem. The matchups are going to be tight. This is going to be another one of those tight games. I think it's going to go up to game 6, maybe even 7. I don't think it's going to go up to game 7, but it definitely has the potential to go up to game 6. But I have to give this one to the Lakers simply because I don't think post trade deadline, I don't think the Lakers are the same team. Had this been the team that the Lakers had before the trade deadline, I would have given this easily to the Memphis. But like, if we're looking at post deadline numbers, this is not the same Lakers team. And I know that this is not much chemistry, but the fact that the Lakers have assembled this new team, coupled with all the injuries that Memphis are going through right now, I have to give this one game 5 to the Lakers. I know that seems a bit biased, but that's just how it is right now. I'm going game 5 Lakers. You can't count out LeBron in the first fucking round of the playoffs, man. What the fuck are you doing? That has only ever happened once, and that was a fluke. I mean, shut up. So after the first round, we'll come back to this video, review which ones I got right, and most importantly, which ones I got wrong, and then we'll do a similar video for the second round. Yeah.